The next part is the abundance of Babylon will be taken away. I will not allow them to have anything. Individual property ownership is becoming a thing of the past. As the U.S. government seizes more and more power, they will expand their authority to take possession of private property. Soon it will be that because of rising costs and because of inflation, if people want something, they will have to create partnerships to get it. Soon people will not be able to afford things even with partnerships. Property will become forfeit when owners cannot afford the upkeep on it and they are forced to sell it or give it up to the bank. And one prophecy that is coming to my mind now is called the Iron Gods. The prophecy of the Iron Gods is one of those prophecies that has many sections, just like this one. And one of the sections in the Iron Gods, I basically saw people sitting with tears, trying to hold back tears if they were men, openly weeping if they were the woman, and they were signing over their homes to the bank. Time came in America, paying your mortgage was just a pipe dream. Nobody could afford it. Hardly anybody could afford it. And homes began to revert back to the bank. And people were broken because some people were almost at the end of finishing what they owe. But because they had gone 3-4 months and the bank was giving them grace and the math was just not adding up, they simply could not reach the finish line on these purchases. They had to give up homes that they had been living in for such a long time. And I saw families having to go and live in very tiny and cramped apartments. People's lifestyles will change in the United States. It started for some people. It usually starts for people who are already struggling to put their P's and Q's together, people who are already struggling to have something decent in the bank. But that thing will creep up the ladder. Please understand that this is the prophecy channel where the Lord has said that even the rich will struggle. Even the rich will struggle as this economy continues its downward slide to where it is going. Its downward slide while they lie to us and tell us something else through the airways, through the media, through Bloomberg and all the other lying places where they lie, the lies that they lie. People had to give up their homes. People had to give up their property. And God is saying that the government is going to basically enrich itself, empower and expand its authority so much that it's going to start seizing private property. And the first thing that can come to my mind is just farms. This is just what's coming to me right now. Watch out for your farms. Watch out for them claiming that they have need of your land and giving you a petty income and a joke. And then as time goes by and the broker they get, they're simply going to requisition it under some fake new law and give you nothing for it. They're going to tell you, comrade, you should be proud to give up this farm for the good of the nation. It is for the greater good. We're going to turn it into a park so the children can play and become good citizens of the Reich. And so God is saying that between rising costs, between inflation, between low wages, between economic crisis, if people want stuff in America, they're basically going to start having to form co-ops to get it. 2 or 3 friends having to put money together to get an apartment, 2 or 3 friends having to put money together to get a van to cut gas costs or something, get to work. People moving back home with their families, people moving back home with their exes, a man and a woman divorce, and then maintaining 2 separate households becomes too expensive. And they just decide, we didn't hate each other that much anyway. Let's live separate lives and just get a 2-bedroom. And it's good for the kids. Both their parents will be there. People moving back home, people 28, 29, 31, and deciding not to move out of home at all because they do have a job, but they're not making enough to handle rent, much less a mortgage payment. This is shaming. The abundance of Babylon taking away. This is judgment. This is shaming. They will have hunger. They will have wars. They will have international rejection and poverty. Hunger on the way. Wars on the way. Poverty already here. International rejection definitely increasing around the world as we speak.